along. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody. My name is Carl. I am with Olark Live Chat, and joining me on the webinar today is Alessandra from GreenRope CRM. And we're going to be talking today about CRM platforms, online chat, and the customer experience, and what those three things mean for your business. So hopefully everybody that's joining here today is either using a CRM, maybe you're a GreenRope customer already, or you're using live chat, maybe you're an Olark customer already, maybe you're both, maybe you're neither. But whatever the case may be, what we want to talk a little bit today is about the digital tools that are available to you and your business, and how those digital tools can help you customize the customer experience that you're providing to the visitors who come onto your site, whether that be pre-sale, whether that be post-sale, wherever those visitors may be in your customer experience process. We want to talk a little bit today about how you can combine your tools and combine the power of your tools, such as chat and CRM, to just make the interaction more personalized and more human. And Alessandra, I think we were talking about this a little bit in our warm-up about the importance of making these interactions human. And I think one of the themes everybody's going to hear a lot about today is personalization, making these customer contacts more human. So that's what we're going to try to cover today. The quick overview is we're going to do some brief introductions. Myself and Alessandra will tell you who we are and who our companies are. We're going to move directly into kind of a Q&A discussion. We want to just go quickly over what does customer experience even mean, because for some people it could mean different things. We're going to talk a little bit about where does live chat come into the customer experience, where does a CRM platform fit into the experience, when is a good time to be considering these different tools, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's kind of the future for these digital tools as we move forward in 2017 and even into 2018. A quick reminder for everybody who's joining, if you're wanting to ask a question, please use the chat button that's in your Zoom dashboard. I'll be grabbing those questions and helping answer those as we go along today. And for anybody here who's doing the social media, if you've heard of the social media, I don't know, maybe you've heard of this thing called Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you can, if we say something that you think is particularly smart, give us a shout out. Alessandra's company, GreenRope CRM, is at GreenRope, and my company, Olark Live Chat, is just at Olark. We love the social media love. We love a good shout out on social. So if you feel like there's something here that we shared today that you found to be particularly interesting, please do give us a shout out. So, all right, I've done a lot of talking. Alessandra, I'm going to kick it over to you real quick. Maybe you could just give us a quick introduction on who you are and what GreenRope CRM is.
Absolutely. So hi again, everyone. My name is Alessandra, and I work at GreenRope. I do marketing there, and I work really closely with a lot of our clients and how they can kind of streamline their customer experience, both using, their integration, CRM, marketing, sales, and really how to design that strategy so that you've got both human touch points, automated touch points, and then just really bringing that all together so you've got one cohesive customer experience. And GreenRope is an all-in-one CRM and marketing automation tool. So it's got all of the tools a business needs to really grow, build a really strong foundation and to grow with your sales, your marketing, your operations. So that includes, ticketing, integrations such as Olark with online chat, document signing, event management. So it's really an all-encompassing system that is designed to help businesses manage all of their, different aspects of their business from one dashboard. So and having that integration, and we'll get into this more later, as Carl said, just really helps with, streamlining that customer experience, especially in a day and age where the customer experience is so important.
Awesome, thanks. And for anyone who's unfamiliar with Olark Live Chat, my name is Carl Polowitz. I'm the head of communications here at Olark. We make a super simple live chat widget for your website. If you sign up, if you've ever been on a website like Bonobos or maybe Tuft and Needle, even WordPress, Buffer, their customer support uses Olark. If you've ever been on a website and you see a small button in the bottom right-hand corner that says click to chat with somebody, chances are you've used Olark. We make that widget that sits on your website and gives your customers the ability to talk with your support team or your sales team and ask questions in real time. We make it super simple to put chat on your website so that you can talk to customers as they're browsing, but we also give you a number of integrations like our integration with GreenRope that allow you to take chat transcript data, take the data, the qualitative feedback from customers, and pipe it through to other platforms that you might be using to manage your customer interactions, which we'll talk a little bit about today too. But yeah, so that's a quick introduction on who we are and what we're doing. The quick introduction that I wanted to do for customer experience, the idea of customer experience. So I had a colleague, a former colleague of mine, who had this really great way of framing the conversation of customer experience. And he said, if you went to school to get an MBA, you'd probably learn 3 traditional models, sales purchasing models, the way consumers go from consideration to purchase to love affair with your brand. And if you were to take those 3 traditional models and smash them all together into a quick course, you'd actually come up with 12 steps that show the customer journey from realizing that they need your product in their life all the way through to actually falling in love with your brand and referring it to other people, which is the highest form of customer praise that you can get. So the 12 steps look a little bit like this. Hopefully you can see the slides, this slide on my screen. What's interesting though about the change in this 12-step buying process, and really I think this encompasses the customer experience. This is everything from the customer figuring out that your product exists all the way through to the end of their purchase with you. What's interesting about the evolution of this customer experience model is that the first 4 steps of this traditional model have kind of gone out the window. The more customers want to self-serve, and the more customers do research on their own and look to online referrals, or the more they just go out and find your product on their own, the less we rely on tools in the sales and marketing world to generate a need, to get their attention, to help them match their need and with their wants. And really, customers these days just show up on your website pretty well informed on what you do and what the competitive landscape looks like. And maybe they just have one more question they need answered before they make a purchase with you. And I think it's been a really interesting change in the way that we, as businesses, SaaS businesses, but also e-commerce businesses, approach the customer experience, because these customers are showing up in different channels. You never know. You're kind of like, they just kind of show up out of nowhere, but they're almost ready to buy. They just need to talk to one person really quickly before they make a decision. They have a sales objection, or they just want some kind of engagement from you to feel like they have confidence in making that purchase with you. And we as businesses then need to be ready at various points, whether it be on the phone, over email, on chat, in social media. We need to be ready at any point in that customer journey to be able to interact with the customer, to personalize that interaction, make them feel the love, and meet them all the way so that they have confidence that they're making the right decision in doing business with your business. So what I think is interesting, what I think is most interesting, and Alessandra, then we'll jump into this customer experience discussion, is really you can kind of look at this customer experience as 7 steps, and it's really from the sales objection, from the person showing up with maybe 1 or 2 questions that they need answered, all the way through to supporting their post-purchase needs and helping them feel satisfied in their purchase. That's where the customer experience gets really interesting, and that's where the digital tools really come into play, with making the customer experience just customized and personable, and I don't know, helping the customers feel good about what they've done. So from a technology standpoint, Alessandra, when you talk about delivering an excellent customer experience, knowing your customers is like more important than it ever has been. Can you talk a little bit about why it's so important and how you can get that information you need to start to customize those conversations?
Absolutely. So, the customer experience is really a sum of all the touch points that you have, or that a customer has with your organization. So you really have to think of the customer experience as a whole. It's not just, little bits and pieces. It's what all of those mean and how the customer perceives your organization and their interactions with your organization. And because we live in such a digital world now, the online experience has become more important than ever. And of course, this started with, just websites and, with websites and social media, but it's really evolved to really rely on omni-channel strategies. And what that is it's giving the customer an opportunity to interact or engage with your company wherever they need it, when they need it. And so you can see that a lot of, there's a lot of times when, I go on a website and instead of calling the company or, I'll live chat them and I get a lot accomplished just with that online chat. It's in that a lot of times is my preferred method of engaging with an organization. And so many companies are getting, are integrating this more into their strategy. And I think it's really important because I think in such a busy world where we're all doing so many things at one time, having the option to tweet, to Facebook message, to live chat, or to call or email if you so please, is really important. People expect more, customers expect more. So we as companies need to deliver on our promise to give the experience that we want the consumer to have, as well as what the consumer expects. And with technology, especially with, live chat, CRM marketing automation, if you employ them effectively, you're really able to touch on all those points.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've had chats or I've tweeted to companies, and when you get those customized responses, I think like Delta, one time I was having some issues with in-flight Wi-Fi and they had this like personalized response and conversation. I was like, this is amazing. This is like blowing me away. And so when it's good, it's good. And unfortunately when it's bad, then it's really bad. And customers have a tendency to remember the bad times more than the good times. I really don't envy the job of our customer support teams. They do an amazing job, and I have to do some support every now and again, but the job of getting that customer information in short order and providing that customized experience is tricky, to say the least, right?